everyone, welcome, and this is it, big power levels update. We're gonna have so many characters to the point that I have to divide the video into part 1, part 2. Part 1 will have a menace characters. We're gonna have one admiral, we're gonna have today, right now, we're gonna have Whitebeard as well. So those who wait for the power level section, just don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's rock! Power level section. We're gonna start with Vivi. Yes, based off the poll we can say easily that Vivi is capable of defeating Mr. 7, I do believe. Yeah, the shooter. Minimum strength for Vivi is gonna be Mr. 7 strength, it's gonna be 55. And in case of her maximum strength, it's gonna be super damn accurate because I'm still gonna go to the Zoro's manifestation of strength on Cactus Island when he was facing all of the bounty hunters. Vivi was one of them as well in a mix, and we can also agree that Zoro in his manifestation wasn't fighting seriously at all. His strength at that time was 566, meaning he can beat anybody who was up there without fighting seriously, which means maximum strength should be no higher than 56.6, rounding up 57. So Vivi, maximum strength 57, and that gives super narrow range of average 56. Case closed. I hope you are happy. Let me know in the comments, do you agree or disagree? And let's move on to the character from the Marineford itself, starting with the weakest one, Coby here. Yes, it is the weakest one. We can go very quickly because no time to waste. Coby's improved, and so Coby's minimum strength is gonna be his previous state from Water 7, which is our average strength, of course, 197. And that's what I'm gonna do for Coby's minimum strength at Marineford. Yes, minimum strength set. Now in case of his maximum strength, again the same situation exactly like in Water 7, so his improvement is not a big one. He still was taken down by Luffy with one shot, so maximum strength remaining the same, 353, which is half of Luffy. And that gives brand new strength for Coby, 275. And yes, case closed, we going fast. Next is gonna be one of the heavy hitters because now only heavy hitters left. So Hina, Black Cage Hina, because and in her minimum strength we're gonna go back to Alabasta because I did make a mistake. I gave her strength of 510, which is Mr. 2 because she imprisoned him, and that was off screen, means she can beat him up with a one punch. So I'm gonna give minimum strength of Hina as 1020, twice Mr. 2. I know this was a filler, but in my opinion it's fitting perfectly. Luffy, Gear 2, she was trying to capture him. Yes, she fails. He clearly outspeed her. We can say Luffy beat her up. So I'm gonna give maximum strength of Hina as Luffy Gear 2 average strength because Luffy wasn't super trying and it wasn't going super easy on her either. So maximum strength for Hina, I'm gonna give her 6000 strength, and that gives average strength finally fully justified Hina, Black Cage Hina as 3510. Case closed. Thank you, Hina. Let's crack off, and from now on only top character is gonna be appearing. So let's go to Vice Admiral Momonga here. And yeah, he was previously justified as minimum strength of 7690, and that remains the same. However, his maximum strength, now we can see in his encounter with Luffy, where Luffy was actually pushed to the limit that he has to go Gear 2, otherwise he is gonna lose that fight, which is very telling. That means Luffy base cannot handle Momonga at all. Momonga maximum strength as 20 times Luffy base, meaning Momonga cannot beat Luffy base with one punch, not fighting seriously. And that gives Momonga average true strength as 10,905. Case closed. Vice Admiral Dalmatian, he wasn't justified previously at all, but I can clearly say that he can beat Luffy without fighting seriously, which is minimum strength gonna be 10 times Luffy base, of course, which is 7060 minimum strength. And in case of his maximum strength, the same situation as Momonga. He cannot beat him up without fighting seriously with a one punch, which is 14,120. With very easy, simple feat. His strength is gonna be 10,590. Vice Admiral Dalmatian. Case closed. And now we're gonna go to the pirate section, one of your favorite, or maybe one of those characters which you are disgusted about it. So, Boa Hancock, the pirate empress, let's go. Minimum strength of Boa Hancock is very easy to tell right now, here and now, because she beat Pacifista with one punch, clearly stated, which froze him to the frozen, petrified him. That's about it, then simply break it. Means she is twice as strong as Pacifista. Gives her minimum strength as 17,304. That's a lot, because you know what strong was the Vice Admirals. But why she is stronger than Vice Admirals? However, she is not twice stronger than Vice Admirals, because her maximum strength, we're going back to Amazon Lily arc when she dealt with actually Momonga. Momonga stabbed himself, meaning Boa's serious attack on Momonga fails. That gives to us very easy estimation that her maximum strength is not twice as Momonga, and we have Momonga's strength, so Boa Hancock maximum strength is gonna be 21,810, and that gives average strength of Boa Hancock as 19,557. Case closed. PS, that's more than Ace. Next, I'm gonna justify quickly one of the already justifies, just small improvement, which is Blackbeard with one devil fruit. This time I want to add it. So his strength was 7,060 minimum strength and 14,120 maximum strength, exactly actually as Vice Admiral Dalmatian. But now, because Ace strength in the previous power level section was justified based mainly on gym base solely, if I will say, so there is no longer any relationship between Ace and Blackbeard in case of strength, so I can actually use that. In case of maximum strength, I will remain the Blackbeard as it is, because that no gives us any improvement, but improvement is gonna be in his minimum strength. Actually, he couldn't beat Ace with a one punch, simple as, and Ace strength is 18,881, which means his minimum strength is gonna be at least half of that, and that gives Blackbeard new minimum strength as 9,441, quickly as, and brand new average strength as 11,781. Simple one, case closed. Small justification because the next character is actually related to Blackbeard. So let's go! Next character is none other than Whitebeard, old version of Whitebeard. Maybe in the future I will do something in his prime. For now, Edward Newgate. This is gonna be a big one, isn't it? And it's just the middle of the episode. Holy moly, holy shit. So, I just want to state it that this is him before being stabbed. Full health. He's still old, he's still sick. Minimum strength of the Whitebeard is based on Blackbeard actually, because we go into his fight with Blackbeard. Yes, I know he was severely wounded at that time, but this is also crucial. Minimum strength. So Whitebeard technically beat Blackbeard with a one punch. Yes, he was using his devil fruit, was nullified. Alright. But when he uses his sword, basically Blackbeard give up, continuing fighting, asking help for his crew. Yes, this was kind of two attacks, but Whitebeard was severely wounded and stabbed. Severely wounded. Which means I'm gonna scrap severely wounded, and I'm gonna scrap two punch with Blackbeard. If Whitebeard would be full strength, still old, full strength means Blackbeard would be quickly done within one punch, like he did with the next character. With full strength, Whitebeard clearly beat Blackbeard one punch, gives him minimum strength of twice as Blackbeard, 23,562, right? Maximum strength, the same situation, the same fight. According to the rules, Whitebeard cannot beat Blackbeard without fighting seriously, because in the fight he was using his weapon, he was using his devil fruits. Yes, he wasn't using his main attack, but I do believe he wasn't using his main attack mainly because he is not capable of using those attacks in a form how he would like to, because they are severely weakened due to his sickness and age, which is why he never performed a named attack. Simply because he cannot use named attack at this point, so using his Devil Fruit we need to treat as being full serious mode. Meaning maximum strength of Whitebeard is gonna be 10 times Blackbeard's average, which is 117,810, right? Right. And that gives, listen carefully, average strength of Whitebeard as 70,686. Some of you would say, oh, that's more than Mihawk. It is. Mihawk currently have 68,000, so he surpassed Mihawk barely though. Don't forget, this is Whitebeard actually old state, and Mihawk is technically his prime. So yeah, the difference between Whitebeard prime between Mihawk would be actually severe in my humble opinion. Next character, as I mentioned previously, was trashed by Whitebeard, but because he doesn't have any strength established, I couldn't refer to that. So yeah, minimum strength of Admiral Lonz it's clearly because he's a giant, so I'm gonna give him a giant minimum strength, which is 5,000, unless he perform better, but he clearly don't. And in case of his maximum strength, Whitebeard trashed him. Some of you say he used 2 attacks. First was for defending. However, I'm not gonna go with that route. I'm gonna say Whitebeard won the fight, so Vice Admiral Lonz will have either minimum, average, maximum strength of Whitebeard. In this case, Whitebeard was clear dominant. I have to give Vice Admiral Lonz maximum strength as Whitebeard's minimum strength, which is 23,522, which is still a lot because average strength is 14,281. That's more than Blackbeard with 1 Devil Fruit. Case closed. Next, it's gonna be Aokiji, the very first Admiral, full justification. And as you probably already noticed, since I justified Whitebeard, I'm going chain reaction, and every next character to justify will be based on the previous character. So from now on, I'm not going purely who is the weaker and going to the stronger, because it's simply impossible to make. So next character will be strongly related to the previous one. And now Aokiji fought Whitebeard. Simple as. So minimum strength of Aokiji, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go with Whitebeard couldn't beat Aokiji with a single attack. And the best opportunity to show you that is when he tried to stop, when everybody were so amazed. Yes, Whitebeard stopped Aokiji with Haki. But no, not really. Aokiji avoided it, somehow make a loophole, a hole where he couldn't stop anything. Don't know how this weapon being there is because it's in the mid-air, and how Aokiji was able to levitate. But that's all. I'm not gonna leave it that to the Devil Fruit powers of Aokiji. All what I know that whatever Whitebeard did in the attack was looking very serious, and Aokiji avoided immediately. Other attacks, when Whitebeard actually landed on Aokiji, yes, Aokiji got it, but he was always getting up. Meaning Aokiji's minimum strength has to be half of Whitebeard because he withstand the attacks. So his 14,120 gonna be changed into 35,343. That's minimum strength of Aokiji, and that's already crazy strong, isn't it? Let's go to the maximum one. So obviously I'm gonna continue his duel interaction, because we cannot really call it a fight with a Whitebeard. Yes, he tried to attack Whitebeard with so many different attacks, however, not even a single attack actually landed on Whitebeard, except of one when he throws him in some kind of ice ball, but Whitebeard breaks it through quickly, meaning did nothing to him. So I don't want to really put that Aokiji is not twice stronger than Whitebeard, because if that duel continues, if the fight continues, I can easily say that Whitebeard got this, because I do not have enough evidence to back if it's minimum or maximum. I'm just gonna go purely average, maximum strength of Aokiji. I'm gonna give full strength, full average strength of Whitebeard, 70,686. And that gives, ladies and gents, for the very first time for the Admiral full justification of strength, 53,015 strength. Case closed. So as I was saying about the chain reaction, the next character has to be deeply or at least a little bit connected with Aokiji, and it's gonna be Diamond Jozu, who fought Aokiji, who literally got beat down by Aokiji, and because of that I'm bringing that moment when he got distracted just a little bit and he got frozen that bad that I'm not sure yet, but looks like he lost his arm, definitely lost a fight there. Meaning, Diamond Jozu cannot be stronger than half of Aokiji's strength, so his maximum strength is strictly limited now to 26,508 maximum strength. In case of his minimum strength, because Jozu was actually previously justified, but I scrap it completely because today's justifications is much more accurate. As you guys see, maximum strength is pretty decently done. Minimum strength was about 5,000, I believe, previously. Now I'm gonna give Jozu's minimum strength 16,000 strength, and that was a very hard one for me, so I'm just gonna go briefly quickly because we're having so many more characters to do. This is a minimum strength of Mihawk. This is for the very first time when Mihawk tried to gauge his strength in comparison to try to see if he's on the Whitebeard level. In fact, at the end of this video we're gonna see how this level compares to Whitebeard. Yet when he was using his range attack, flying slash or something like that, Jozu blocked it. And because we are not sure it is a serious attack or not, I'm highly doubting this is a serious attack because most of the range attacks are weaker than the main attacks. So yes, I'm gonna go with this not fighting seriously. So I'm gonna give Jozu's minimum strength as 16,000 as he was the one who blocked that attack. So his average strength is gonna be 21,254. Yes, that's case closed. That's case closed. Next, we're gonna go very simple, very quick, is Vista. Vista, because his minimum strength is exactly the same scenario as Jozu's 16,000 minimum strength, because in his duel with Mihawk actually performed flying slash at certain point into Vista. Vista blocked it, and I do believe that attack was equally strong, simply even though it is smaller, but I do believe the animation makes most of it that this attack was such a big one. And also this attack was at shorter range, so it's even supposed to be stronger, but because I cannot leverage this attack with the amount of attack, so again the same scenario, minimum strength of Mihawk, minimum strength of Vista, simple as 16,000. In case of maximum strength of Vista, and now I had to guess a little bit because there is no indicator of maximum strength of Vista. However, when Ace was joining the Whitebeard, the position of the 2nd Division commander was empty. He simply overtook because he was the only one worthy enough to hold such a position. However, previously, I do believe in case of Whitebeard's crew, that actually might be in order of the strongest, because that's how normally pirate crews are built upon. So when Marco was the first one, the second one was probably Samiles, which was vacated to probably death. And then the third one was Jozu. The fourth one was Touch, who was unfortunately dead due to Blackbeard's doings, and then got Vista. Meaning, Vista, in my opinion, is weaker than Jozu. How much weaker? It is not much, because they have the same minimum strength. However, to point it out that difference, I'm gonna give maximum strength of Vista, average strength of Jozu, because there has to be somewhat hierarchy among them. So that's it. Maximum strength of Vista is gonna be 21,254, gives average strength of Vista as 18,687. Simple as, super fast, because we have so many characters to go. Hey, I'm gonna stop here because we got 12 characters already and I have so many more significant characters I would like to speak for a little bit longer to explain him in more greater detail. This video is very important to me. It's a Marineford, it's a higher level character, so I want to take a serious amount of time, which is why I didn't release any videos so far. for like few days because I was clearly working on the numbers to get it right, to get it accurate. So yeah, this part 1 is gonna be finished. We're gonna see now the rankings here. Let's go. So the weakest character is Nefertari Vivi. She is in position 177, just above Usopp and Mr. 7. Also there is an Igaram, very interesting take because he was responsible for Vivi's safety. He is actually weaker, but his maximum strength is higher than Vivi, so if Vivi would be in danger, he probably would get stronger just like that. The same for Usopp. If she would actually fight with Usopp, it strongly depends if Usopp had a very good reason to beat and win the fight. If not, he probably gonna lose because of his minimum strength. Let's go to the next character, which is Coby with a 275 strength in position 120. He is still a Grand Line level character, Grand Line level monster, which allows him literally to sail over the Grand Line with a great ease, like Grand Line monsters. Anything appearing the weather condition on the Grand Line will be easy peasy to him. Yes, he is at similar level at Lulu as we see on position 121. He is actually weaker than Prison Guard Hippo, which we can skip because even the name is just, I don't know if that's even a filler character or probably not. Impel Down. The best character to compare him, actually the best two, is actually the General Zombie here and the Bellamy the Hyena. They both actually slightly stronger. I do believe it's about 10%. Let's go up. Next character, we're going straight away to position number 50, which is the Captain Hina, Black Cage Hina if you will. She is a Grand Line monster. Grand Line is easy for her, which means she is faster than a bullet. Not sure how actually she would avoid that, but she clearly is supposed to be capable of dodging the bullets. And she even stronger than steel. If we want to compare her strength, 51st position is literally equal. So yeah, if they were actually capable of using haki, she's definitely have a very powerful devil fruits though, so she definitely backing up that with her devil fruit. She is as strong as mid CP9 level Kaku and Jabrash, slightly stronger actually, and stronger than Hen, and the big time it's actually small seeking, so it's better Hina to not travel to Calm Belt at any circumstances and avoid meeting Monster Point Chopper. Next character is Vice Admiral Dalmatian, whatever you call it, position 22, so we starting heavy hitters, we starting characters who can sail over the Calm Belt pretty easily. However, I really would like to see Dalmatian dealing with an seeking level creature. He is as strong or possibly even stronger than OR's Luffy Zombie when Moria was so proud of Vice Admiral at this point, because Vice Admiral Momonga, you can see it here, is position 19. Basically, Moria is not even close to Vice Admiral level. So Vice Admirals are as strong as possibly the strongest Supernova, because X-Drake is probably the strongest out of all of them with a 10,800, close to Momonga though. So we technically 1v1 with Supernova. They are almost as strong as Crocodile, so that fight, any Vice Admiral versus Crocodile, I would say that's 50-50. So let me know in the comment, what do you think? Is Crocodile a Vice Admiral level? Next one, we have back-to-back two characters, actually another Vice Admiral, but this time a giant Vice Admiral, also Blackbeard, but Blackbeard losing to Vice Admiral big time here in strength. He might have, yeah, no, because this Vice Admiral Lonz actually doesn't have a devil fruit, so Blackbeard cannot really trick him. I'm not sure actually how Blackbeard can pull that off. He is literally a Crocodile level, and he is so fitting for the one of the 7 warlords titles and strength. Okay, let's go higher. So now from the heavy hitters we go into the monsters. I think if character can reach like 17,000 of strength, which is Jinbei or even Nightmare Luffy, shows that this is either character in them with a massive strength boost based to devil fruit. You have to be a prodigy, you have to be some kind of a talent. Not many characters can reach that state. Are characters like Vista, Jozu and Boa Hancock. All of those 3 characters which justify today having almost back-to-back strength. Jozu position 7 with a 21,000 plus strength. Holy moly, he needs to be a prodigy. Okay, massive devil fruit, haki. I think at this point haki is like the minimum what you need to have to reach 20,000 strength. Boa Hancock just below Jozu, almost reaching 20,000 strength. I mean, I don't know who's gonna win that fight, Jozu or Boa Hancock. Then we're having Ace, slight buffer from the previous episode, but also a prodigy, strong, amazingly strong devil fruit, even though he doesn't have haki. But that's what I'm saying, to actually reach 20,000 level, you need to be overpowered, some kind of haki abilities. And then we're getting Vista. He have haki, but we saw what Akainu said about Vista, actually, that his haki is weak. I'm completely agree with this power levels. Ace is as Vista level, both are similarly strong. And as I was saying that you need haki to reach 20,000, look at position 6, Enel. From the arc where haki wasn't even revealed, he was possessing this mantra thing. So not even overpowered devil fruits, because we can agree there is only few actually devil fruits who might overpower his devil fruit. Also, he's insanely fast and having mantra, which is part of haki. So we have two characters left, the Admiral itself, Aokiji, top 3 so far, position number 3, Kuzan, 53,000 strength, and that's what I'm saying. And then obviously Whitebeard, top character, taking the lead, but is he gonna remain in his lead with the part 2 coming in? I am not so sure. Maybe not. Definitely check out part 2. So Kuzan Aokiji, 53 strength. Why he is that strong? He probably have a mastery of a devil fruit, clearly. Period. Yeah, because he was fighting Whitebeard, he was doing crazy stuff with his devil fruit. Second of all, his devil fruit is insanely overpowered, at least NL level devil fruit, because we saw what he did in Ohara, one touch, this giant got frozen solid, right? Insane combat ability, insane devil fruit with an insane power. Also, probably because Vice Admiral have haki, admirals have to have higher level of haki if that's something like that even exist. So 53,000 solid. Above him is Mihawk, before the menace Yonko himself. And Mihawk is the strongest swordsman of in the world, right? He needs to have a solid proof for that. Everybody is accepting that he definitely show his capabilities. Even though he didn't show to us yet, we clearly can say he have mastery over everything which he needed to master. And then we having obviously the Whitebeard, who got everything in case of strength. He just got old. And you guys saying in his prime was way stronger. Probably. His devil fruit is one of the strongest, clearly. I think his devil fruit, Akainu's devil fruit, be the strongest so far in the series. So far, those two devil fruits are the top. Not to mention, he probably have the best blade possible in his arsenal. Whitebeard I'm talking about. Also his haki ability probably weakened over time when he's got old. Do you agree actually that Whitebeard surpassing Mihawk?